Now that I think about this, maybe I shouldn't put this on the internet. But at the same time, I feel like this is real and I'm not trying to hide what writing is really like for me sometimes. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on my channel. It is Kevin here and it is week 3 of NaNoWriMo and my cat is crawling on me. And here's Alfalfa. Oh, look at Alfalfa. Okay, bye. Today's video, normally my writing vlogs are more vloggy. This is gonna be a sit down video instead. And I think that that is technically not a vlog, it's just a sit down video. But you know, we're going with it. We're going with it. Cause this week has been a week. You know, I went to the LA Times Festival of Books this past Saturday with Damien and my friend Adam. And I did record a vlog. It's kind of like really jumbled, but I still plan on uploading it probably within the next week. It's gonna be really short and really jumbled because like, it's a really bad vlog day. While there, some stuff happened, like book related stuff, obviously. And like some inspirations and some ideas were thrown around and stuff like that. And I talked to Rena, my agent. I feel like I always have to qualify that. I'm not trying to be like, oh, my agent. But if you've never watched my videos before, you may not know my agent is Rena Rossner. I'll link the video up above where you can watch that video. That's really it. But I talked to Rena and this idea was thrown around to edit the Jack book. Now the Jack book is my book that I was working on. I don't know if I actually have any writing vlogs on that one because it was so long ago. I think it's in some of the old ones you can look up. The idea was to kind of redirection, is that a word? Redirect the story. And to do this would involve a lot of rewriting. I would say probably about 90% of the story would be rewritten. I really liked this idea. And Rena really liked the idea. I told her that I'd get her an outline and like a new back cover copy of what the story would be, like what the direction would be, what was gonna happen and stuff like that. I started to read this book this week. I'm actually finished with it now. But I started to read this book this week because I wanted to make sure that I was following all the beats if I was gonna rewrite it. And what I found out is that while reading this, to make sure that I was following all the beats when coming up with a new outline, is that the original version of the Jack book that is currently out on submission with editors already follows the beats pretty closely. There are some things I can maybe tweak. Some things I could tweak a little bit to match more, but I would say like 95% of the time, I follow these beats pretty on par. And when I finished the book, it just got me thinking like, publishing is such a weird business because it doesn't matter how good your writing is sometimes. And like, I feel like this is just something that people need to understand, is that part of publishing is luck. You can write the most amazing book ever, but if certain editors, like, unless it gets in front of the right editor at the right time, it's all really a show. Like, I've had editors reject my book in the past because they had just bought something that was too similar. And that's just something that is a reality of publishing, is that even if it happens to get through someone that it resonates with to the point where they want to buy it, that doesn't necessarily mean they will. I have been to editorial board twice and I was not bought either time. And there was a third time where I almost came to editorial board, but I didn't end up making it there. If you don't know much about publishing, you may not know that editorial board is if an editor wants to buy your book, they have to take it to an editorial board with the publishing house, and then they all kind of just decide as like a group collective type situation. And it didn't happen. And so publishing is so subjective and books are subjective. Basically where I'm going with this is that like when I was thinking about doing the rewrite, it's just, I messaged Rena the new outline, like the projected the new pitch, like back cover copy that I wrote. That's the projected one if I were to do the rewrite. So she can get like a sense of where the story's going and stuff. And I just am starting to wonder if I'm sinking my time into the wrong thing. And I think that's something that authors don't often talk about, at least not that I've noticed, is that like you have to make these really difficult decisions that don't even seem difficult to the outside people, but like other writers will understand that sometimes it's really difficult to like decide that a project's not ready to be worked on right now, or that you don't have your heart in it, and like that can really suck. Like for instance, in Nano, I sunk my heart into the witch book, and by the time I was done with it, I just knew that my heart wasn't with it and that I needed to move on to a new project. Having said that, I have been thinking a lot about it lately, so that may come up in the future. However, the reason why this is even coming up is just I've kind of sucked at vlogging this week because I've just mostly been reading this. It is a good book. I do recommend it. I love writing craft books. I read this one, On Writing by Stephen King, as well as Steering the Craft by Ursula K. Le Guin, and I love writing books. This one in particular is really good. The beats are really good. Like the describing of the beats is really good and like showing examples. This is not a review of this book, but I'm saying it's a good book. It's also on audio, and I've heard the audiobook's pretty good too. I bought the physical copy because I wanted to make notes in it because I made notes in both my other craft books, and I had a feeling I was gonna want to. So I spent most of the week reading this and deciding, not even deciding, at the time I thought I was going to, kind of trying to figure out what the next step is for me writing wise. The reason why I'm also bringing this up is because if I do decide to go with the rewrite, which I'll probably know tomorrow morning because Rena is in Israel, so she gets back to me sometimes when I'm sleeping, is if I should be putting time into this rewrite or not. That means that I may have to put my NaNo project on hold, the French money pit. However, this happened last NaNo as well. Last NaNo, I had to put the witch book aside. If you watched those videos, if not, you should go watch them. I had to put the witch book aside so that way I could fully put my time into rewriting a large portion of my first novel that's on submission. And there are some people, some writers I know who put stuff on submission and never edit them, but kind of the way that Rena and I worked is that we got some feedback from editors, and based on what they said, like if like, let's say we submitted to 15 editors and 10 of them who rejected, which I've had lots of rejections, like lots of rejections, but let's just say 10 of them rejected it all because of this certain plot aspect, then maybe that plot aspect isn't working and I need to go back and look at it. So that's what happened with NaNo last year. And this NaNo is just like another thing's coming up. However, as of tonight, I'm almost done with my, because I'm working for minutes and I'm almost there. I actually realized I haven't been mentioning my minutes at all in NaNo, like where I'm at. Let me pull up the Camp Nano website. But I haven't been talking about like where I'm at, like how many more I need and things like that. And I'm like, duh, it's Camp Nano. I'm supposed to be talking about that kind of stuff. I'm an idiot. So I currently have 649 minutes that I've been working on this, which I think is 10 hours now. I was really close to 10 hours before. I currently need to write 126 minutes a day to finish on time. I'm projected to finish on June 3rd. So I'm so far behind. I'm supposed to be at like 1,300, almost 1,400 minutes, and I'm not even close. I'm not even halfway there. I think that's something that should be talked about more in the writing community, is that writing can be very stressful. And I'm not saying it's not talked about, but like it can be stressful in different ways, like this, where like you can be torn between two projects and you don't know what to do. So you beg your agent at 8 p.m. to steer you in the right way. And then, you know, it's just like, well, I don't know. Basically, I'm having like a little mini meltdown. And last week I wasn't feeling good. I was sick. And I was talking about how next week I'm gonna be better. And I have been better. I've gotten a lot of minutes in. Like yesterday I got like 2.5 hours in, and today I've gotten an hour and a half so far, and I plan on doing some more before I go to bed tonight. So I'm doing better. I'm catching up slowly but surely, like I always do, but I'm having like a mini breakdown at this point because I'm nervous that I'm sinking my time into the wrong project. Yeah. However, on the bright side is that reading this book has really helped me with the French book. This book has really helped me come up with some ideas. I do a pitch for all my books just because I talked about this at some point in the past couple weeks, that writing a like back cover copy really helps me out with kind of narrowing down what the story is about, which is actually a whole chapter in this, is coming up with the synopsis. And it's not a synopsis by any means, it's not as like succinct, but I do try and write like what, if I read this in the back of a book, what I want to read this, and I write that. I did that for the French Money Pit, and this book, I don't know, what am I even saying anymore? I don't know, I'm just excited about that book again, where I was feeling a little like scared there for a minute. I'm hoping, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish a draft in the next month, because I was really hoping to finish a draft of the French Money Pit, especially if I go back to rewrite the Jack book. I don't know when I'll have time to move on with other projects, but my goal originally was to finish the French Money Pit draft by the end of May. I wanted to be able to finish the draft, reread it, edit it, and have it out to beta readers by June, so that way next June, well this June, I could start writing my middle grade book and draft that during next camp. I don't know if that's gonna happen now because I feel like my timeline might be getting pushed back, and even if it doesn't get pushed back, like let's say I don't work on the Jack book, I just feel like there's so much going on. There's so much going on. So yeah, the moral of the story is I'm all over the place tonight. I'm having a mini mental breakdown. Now that I think about this, maybe I shouldn't put this on the internet. But at the same time, I feel like this is real, and I'm not trying to hide what writing is really like for me sometimes. That I do suffer from an anxiety disorder and depression, and so sometimes my mental health does kind of throw me all over the place. And this is one of those nights where my anxiety is kind of getting to me. I should probably just go to bed. I'm not going to, I'm gonna keep working. I'm all over the place. I apologize for this. If you watch some of my old videos, I'm not always like this, and I apologize. Someone last week commented on my video and said that I'm frantic, and I don't disagree with you. I'm very frantic. Oh God, this video is a mess. When it comes down to it, sometimes writing is messy, publishing is messy, and that's all I got for you. Where is the ray of hope in the end of that sentence? I don't know, and I apologize. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you made it this far, give it a like if you liked it, give it a subscribe if you subscribed it, and I will see you next week, or Monday, or no, I'm gonna upload a video this Saturday, I think, so be on the lookout for that one. And I'll see you all in the next video.